Hello, hello. The doc is in, and welcome back to a spoiler discussion. Talking about chapter 236. The leaks came out a couple hours ago. Technically, yeah, a couple hours ago, whatever. Um, Huge spoiler warning. What happened in this chapter is major spoilers. If you don't want to know what happens next chapter, early, leave the video. Alright, that's enough warning. Alright, boys. In my last video, I had the gall, as far as other people were concerned, to say, hey, I don't think the fight's over, guys. I think that if no one's dead in this fight, which is supposed to be a death match, um, maybe the fight's not over. And niggas run right through my comments.
What? Can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
Bullshit. Talking about no, you're a Sukuna fan. You don't know what you're talking about. Some people were complaining about the audio, about the music in the background. I apologize. That was my bad. But basically, they were I wouldn't say shitting on me, but they were giving me a hard time. And I was like, bro, I'm just spitting facts. Fact of the matter is, we would only consider it a true win for Gojo if he killed Sukuna. Same thing the other way around. So, you know. And well, turns out I was right. Ha, ha, ha. I told you guys don't count that nigga Sukuna out just yet. He got that dog in him. He a nasty nigga, so you know he get down. And now we see how he gets down. Can't show any chapter thingies because I don't want to get in trouble for showing leaks. So, basically, the chapter goes as such. It's a lot of talking, not a lot of action. So there's actually not much for me to like really overanalyze. But the gist of it is, we start off with the chapter basically Gojo and Geto talking, right? And initially you would think, man, maybe this is like a previous conversation they had. This is in present tense. I knew it immediately because the way they were talking was like, Gojo was like, oh, I told my students. I'm like, whoa. Teen Gojo, it looks like Teen Gojo, he has sunglasses. Teen Gojo didn't have students. That's not good. So, from there, basically he just explains like, oh, yeah, Sukuna wasn't even going all out.
Is this nigga serious?
And I did everything I could, and he kicked my ass. And it's basically like the souls of Gojo Geto, Nanami, Ibara, what's the other guy? Their principal, I can't remember the guy's name. But basically, everybody's there, and he's basically like letting everything out. He's basically like, yeah, this is how the fight went. Basically, it's like, oh, I miss you, Geto, and all that stuff. And he basically, I would say regrets, but he kind of like, just gives a look back on like his final moments, like everything. And the situation going into this fight is basically like explaining how he felt about everything to all these dead people, right? And we cut back to real life, and we see basically Gojo cut in half, dead on the floor, bleeding out the mouth. I mean, bleeding out the mouth doesn't matter if you're in half, to be fair. But yeah, he's dead. And Sukuna's basically explaining, so, funny story. Maruka, he explains how Maruka's adaptation works, right? And he's basically like, what he was doing was like, he was adapting to neutralize the infinity. So when he cut Gojo's arm, that big thingy, we were like, oh shit, he can use Sukuna's technique. He was not using Sukuna's technique. He was simply cutting space, like the entire space everywhere, to cut Gojo. So when he neutralized Infinity, he didn't adapt to the curse technique. he was quite literally adapting to space, the concept. So yeah, that was I'm probably gonna have to read the whole chapter to fully understand that, but just on base level, fucking broken. What the fuck? Anyway, so once that happened, Sukuna was basically like, oh, I don't know. I guess he, using Maharaga, learned how to cut space, and so he couldn't lose the fight because he just proceeded to cut through infinity and then through Gojo and then the behind part of infinity and then turned Gojo into Gojos, plural. And then, see, actually, no, I don't want to get too deep into the discussion. Then, my niggas, my goats, my actual goats, everybody's talking about Gojo and Sukuna. Those are not actually my goats. My goats, Yuta, Maki, Kari, Yuji, Kashimo, those are my goats. My goats start prepping. They ready to get active. And so, you got the lightning demon, the smoker. That didn't sound cool. I was gonna say smoke demon, but I thought it sounded cool saying lightning demon. Anyway, Kashimo, first thing to show up, because of course he was. As soon as he saw the writing on the wall, he was like, I know he dapped Hikari up. He was like, it's been real. I got to get to business. And he pulls up on Sukuna. End of chapter. That's goat activity. Don't get me wrong, Gojo just admitted that he wasn't even close to being Sukuna, like, at all. But he still looked really good in the fight. Let's just keep it real. He looked really cool. And yeah, that was good. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to get too toxic in this. It would be fun to make fun of everybody who was a Gojo fan, especially since they offended me by calling me a Sukuna fan, like I don't like Gojo. But that put aside, yeah, very somber chapter. We'll talk more about this on Friday. And that's pretty much it for this video. Catch you on Friday. Peace.